most of you as expats live around the Sukhumvit area, and there are many, many construction sites with condos, shopping centres all being built. Now this is one of the many that is actually being completed, end of 2013, 2014, up until March. It is actually the Hyde and Sukhumvit, very well placed between Soi 11 and Soi 13. What they say, position, position. We're going to be talking to the marketing director, also business development of Grand Asset Company, to find out why this is such a good location. Of the units already sold, I guess the marketing director or executive vice president of marketing and business development is pretty happy. I'm talking about Kumpirapong Nontasud, who in fact has got the job of actually selling the last 40% of these Hyde Sukhumvit. Kun Gop, can I go by your nickname? Nice
Certainly.
to see you again.
Very nice to see you, Valerie.
And
yes.
Tell me something, this project did stop a few years ago.
Sure. Because
of the financiers of the project, as I understand it. It's now back on track. But even more so, the design has been modified, and how do you get 60% sales in 2 months?
Well, I'm quite happy to report that, previously the project has been on hold for a little while, but since late 2010, we spent quite a number of months, almost a year, in terms of redesigning, restructuring the company, etc. That was the job of the shareholders. Mm-hmm. In terms of rebuilding this project, Hyde Sukhumvit, we renamed the project, we redesigned the facade, we redesigned the interior. So we're quite happy that the response has been really good in terms of the customer feedback. People who visited the sales office are very happy about the quality of the materials we were giving, and also in terms of the sizings, the functional designs of the interior. So very, very happy, very pleased to see the great response that we have gotten so far for Hyde Sukhumvit. So, we're very happy.
It's all about position, isn't it? Position,
Indeed.
position, position.
Indeed.
Between 11 and 13, and close to Soi Nana to get the SkyTrain.
That's right. So, what we're saying is, we are right in the heart of Bangkok. You'd be very hard pressed to find this piece of real estate in the heart of Bangkok now. Given we have about 65-meter frontage road, on main Sukhumvit Road. We're between Nana, Manana BTS station, and Asok. It's about 5 minutes walking distance
either way
to Asok. Well, Nana is only literally 2 minutes, 80 steps, right? But the intersection of Asok, we not only have the BTS but also the MRT. I don't drive now, I commute. So what I do is I take the SkyTrain or the MRT. This morning I was on the MRT and I walked 3 minutes literally from Asok to Hyde Sukhumvit. So it's a really good location, that's what I'm saying. It's right next to Nana. You could find a variety of food, lifestyle, all the choices. You're spoiled for choice, really.
So with a mixed residence, mixed usage, you've actually got the condominium complex, which is 40 floors,
that's
454 units.
That's right.
You've got a mixture of 1 bedrooms right through to 3 bedroom.
Well, right through to penthouse, really. The majority of the rooms are the 1 bedrooms, ranging from 31 square meter in size to about 76 square meter. So we have a variety, not only the sizing from the 1 bedroom, if one prefers a bigger 1 bedroom, we do have that choice as well. We also are redesigning, the duplexes and the penthouse. We only have 3 penthouses.
Any sold yet?
We have very serious inquiries about the penthouse and the duplexes.
Sizing? What sizing?
Duplexes ranges from 150 square meter to 200 plus square meter. So it's only 8 duplexes on the 40th, 37th, 38th floor. 39th and 40th floor would be the penthouses. So we're very pleased that feedback has been really fantastic so far.
How did you base your design internally? It's very modern. It's very, let's call it Asian, meaning it's a lot of wood.
Yes.
And it's it's open space more.
Indeed. You know, I want to touch on in terms of the selection of the materials a bit. I think through the design process, the designer, we've hired Inter-Architect as our lead architect, and OBA, that's the Office of the Bangkok Architect, to redesign this whole project. The facade would resemble the his and her. The front part would be the her, you know,
Yes.
Issei Miyake style building. The resident would take, you know, a form of a more masculine, male.
More domineering, is that what you're saying?
Well, more, you know, powerful.
More powerful. Same thing.
That's right. So, you know, that's the outside. Okay, we've also put in, you know, the retail space would be more the food, lifestyle. It's not going to be clothing, but more food. In terms of the interior, we've selected, you know, really fine quality materials. You know, the flooring, the tiling, and also, you know, the kitchen appliances. If you look at, you know, at our kitchen that we are offering full height, high gloss, value for money products, really.
You've priced yourselves per square metre mid-range.
Yes.
But you've worked very hard in getting high
luxury
end.
feel.
Yeah. So how do you do that and still make a profit to keep the shareholders happy?
I think the shareholders, you know, it's very important that that's a mission to rebrand Grant Asset, to communicate that we are back. We want to make this a flagship project. High Sukhumvit is going to be a talk of the town, which I'm sure it will be, given, you know, the feedback, the strong demand for us. Also, the hotel, once we announce
Four-star, it'll be a four-star?
It'll be an international chain hotel to manage this project.
Right, but as a four-star?
Correct.
So again, that mixes in with the retail of the lifestyle and the food, and
that's right.
It's all going to be all convenience, all in the one location.
That's right.
I noticed, as far as, sorry, jumping around, but
No,
back to
that's
the condominium project, it seems to me you've got an indoor pool
Oh, yes.
and an outdoor, all
Yes.
connected.
Yes.
Very sexy. Looks
Well,
very good.
You know what? That's one of the highlights that we are, you know, giving to the residents. One of the great highlights, unique selling points that we have at High Sukhumvit is in terms of the square meter of the usable common area. On the fifth floor, we're having over 2,000 square meter of the common area, whether it be the library, the common facilities, the indoor and outdoor swimming pool, the jacuzzi, the kids' playroom. We even throw in some barbecue area for the residents as well. So the ratio of common area to the residents' number of units is very high. So that's really providing the comforts and the amenities for, you know, the residents. So I want to borrow your word, very sexy.
It is very sexy. I have to say, you know, there's so much competition in this area. I know this is where the expats all want to come.
Yes, yes.
But of the sales that you've made to date,
Sure.
what's the percentage to expats? I know we have to have a
Yeah,
49-51
Sure.
ultimate sale, but
Yes.
in terms of the buyers at the moment, are they mainly the expats or the Thais?
Well, currently we've seen the trend that, you know, the Thais are more active buyers at the moment.
As investors or as we're going to live here?
We have a mixture of both, really. People who are saying, you know, they want to live here. They ultimately, if they, you know, they can't or they won't live here, they're saying, well, they could convert that into an investment tool. They could rent it out.
Sure.
Which, of course, the streets is never dry of you know, what people want to lease, particularly in this main road of Sukhumvit. So we have a mixture of clients, really, those who the parents who are sending their kids to international school around Sukhumvit area, really you know, a nice school such as a very renowned school, Nice International School.
So they would live here during the week and maybe go back to their home on the weekend.
Indeed,
you know?
that's kind of the lifestyle that they're having. Also, some doctors really, you know, kind of high profile. The doctors near the hospital here,
and so on, yes.
Bumrungrad area, and further down from B&H all the way to Sumitire. They you know, they pass through here and they say, okay, well, this is a great location.
Sometimes there are concerns from the expats when they buy about the percentage of buyers from different nationalities. So what are you seeing in terms of the buy here? I mean, what sort of nationalities are buying at the Hyde Sukhumvit?
We have a varied mix of a portfolio of clients, really. European, Spanish. Yesterday, I just had a Spanish client. Yesterday,
interesting. Eh?
We have a number of Japanese, a number of British nationals,
and some Americans too, I believe.
Americans as well. So a mixture.
Okay, so it's going to be truly
Asians,
an international centre.
Taiwanese, Japanese, some Korean. So a mixture, a variety really. So we were quite happy that we do have that mix. One of the clients yesterday, literally at 6 o'clock, he was saying, they came from Spain. I want to echo this, one of the feedbacks here. This is a great location. They've been to 4 properties yesterday. One in Rajadamri area, one down by Sukhumvit, 38. But they ended up at High Sukhumvit only because, the pricing, really competitive pricing, the materials that we're giving, the, transportation links that we're having, we're saying it's very convenient. Why is it convenient? It's MRT, it's BTS. But if you're driving, you could go, to Nana, driving through to Sukhumvit 13, to Soy 11,
Close to schools, close to hospitals,
food,
whatever you
restaurants.
want. Yeah.
What do you want? I mean, you want street food? Yes, we have street food. But if you want a 2,000 baht meal in a fine dining restaurants and one of the 5-star hotels, Sukhumvit is just right next door. So, the
You're
choice
obviously
is all
passionate.
yours. I am very passionate about this project. So it's one of the babies I have now.
Okay, that's right. How's the other baby?
Wonderful.
How old is she now?
Well, he's he's 36-day-old now.
Oh, not that you're counting. It's
No.
just the number of nights you're not sleeping.
Indeed, yes. But this is another baby of mine, high Sukhumvit.
Hence the passion.
Passion and enthusiasm in terms of, giving the quality, really good quality project to customers.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Belinda, and this episode of Expat Lifestyle, I'm here today at the Centara Grand, where I'm going to be talking to His Excellency, the Brazilian Ambassador. Today we're talking about the relationships between Thailand and Brazil. Did you actually know, I found out today that there's 84 embassies and consulates in Thailand. I think that's amazing. But I don't know much about the Brazilian embassy and what they're doing here. So we're going to talk about the trade relationships, what's important export to Thailand and Brazil, and also tonight we're here at an event called Taste of Brazil. And if I had smell-o-vision, oh my gosh, the smell is fantastic. It's mouth-watering that it's just killing me to stand here. So let me take you now and we'll go meet Paolo and let's talk to him a bit more about Thailand and Brazil. Come with me. The Brazilian Ambassador, Mr. Paulo Cesar Meira de Vasconcelos. Ooh, Paulo, did I get that right? I didn't, did I?
You did a very good job.
So tell me, for me, I hear a lot about the embassies. The big players, Australia, United States, and England, and even Japan. We hear a lot about those embassies. But we don't get to hear much about, for me, what I call a small player. And I'd like to hear from you what actually is happening with the Brazilian embassy.
Brazil and Thailand, we have had diplomatic relations for more than 50 years now.
Oh.
Those relations were a little bit far apart, although we have been friends, there haven't been much done. But recently, let's say in the last 15 years, our trade, for instance, has boomed.
Wow.
Nowadays, our bilateral trade totals more than $4 billion. That's more than the trade Brazil has with several of our neighbors,
really?
like
Wow.
Peru.
Yeah.
So it's really important.
Yeah.
But although there is, let's say, a bilateral sympathy from Thais regarding Brazilians and Brazilian regarding Thais, if you ask any Thai about Brazil, they smile, they say, oh, great, you play soccer. There is like a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And if you do the same in Brazil, you talk about Thailand, they have a positive attitude.
Yeah.
But there is still a very big gap of knowledge about the countries. So we are working a lot on it. So festivals like that and other cultural activities that we are doing like nearly one every month, is to bring our culture, to teach a little bit more about Brazil to the Thais.
What about the expat community here? Is it quite large, or?
No. We have about 500 Brazilians living in Thailand.
Okay.
Some of them they are here. They have an association, Association of Brazilian in Thailand, very well organized. They have a site in the internet, and they are very well organized. They organize a carnival ball every year. They organize some gatherings with Brazilian food. But what is increasing enormously is the number of tourists. Brazilian tourists coming here.
Yeah. Fantastic.
For instance, in 2010, we had 18,000 Brazilians coming to Thailand.
Wow.
In 2011, 25,000.
Oh wow.
So it's really increasing. So this is also those people, they come here, they bring it back. Whenever they come back to Brazil, they talk about it, and more people are coming here.
Well, that's fantastic. I didn't realise there were so many tourists coming over here.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Big interest,
Thailand is big on the tourism.
Exactly.
So I'm pleased about that. And how's Brazil? They must be pretty exciting. I mean, the next 4 years, we've got the World Cup in 2014, and then 2016 with the Olympics.
The Olympic Games. And we are very much interested in the Thai expertise in tourism. Because that's something we need for those two big events. We need to have more hotels. We need to have specialized people working in those hotels. And this is something Thailand has. Thailand does very, very well. So it's something we are bringing some people from the private sector and also from the government, from the Ministry of Tourism, to stay here for some time and to learn a little bit with the Thais.
Wow, that's great.
You have like simple people, and they speak English enough, you know, to do a good job. That's what we need in Brazil. So we have in terms of our labor force, it's more or less the same. Right. So we have to see how the Thais are developing that. We have to learn with them.
Well, if there's anything we can do, I'd like to, and I'm sure with all our viewers, you know, they would love to hear more about the Brazilian culture here as well, because the food is fantastic here, and the dance, the samba, and perhaps, I mean, I'm not sure, is there any dance classes? Do you know if there's any samba? Because it must be a great
not samba classes, no,
one.
unfortunately, no.
Okay.
We could try to convince the two girls to give some classes.
They should get some
because
classes.
They are fantastic,
That would be great, fantastic. All right, then, well, thank you so much, Paolo.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah?
Thank you. Well, that was Paolo. So hopefully you've learned a bit more about the Brazilian and Thailand relations as well.